How much food should I store for SHTF? Hey everybody, I'm Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. It's a question a lot of people ask. They want to know how much food storage should they have. It depends, really. More than you have now. That's an easy one. Should you have the government recommended, 3 days worth of food? Or should you have some people have said the government recommended 2 weeks. I haven't seen that in writing, so I'm not sure if that's true or not, but is 2 weeks enough? What are you preparing for? What do you think is going to happen? What about long-term events? Short-term events, sure. You may get away with a month of food. How much is a month of food? How many calories do you realistically need? What's your level of exertion? And along with this, water. But we're going to talk about food today. Water is a different topic. 2,000 calories a day, is that enough for you? Or are you out working hard in the garden? Are you out working hard foraging, hunting, fishing, backpacking, aka bugging out? Things like that. Are you really active? Well, then you may need 4,000 calories. You may need 6,000 calories. Think about how many calories you realistically need for an event. If we're talking short-term event, yeah, a month, I would really recommend as your base food storage to have at least 3 months. But like I was talking about, you need to take in mind your caloric needs. A child may not need as many. An adult, I would need more than my wife, since because of her disease, she can't do much of the physical things outside that I do. I would probably need at least 5,000-6,000 calories a day, because I'd be working my butt off. I might work my butt off as it is, and I'd have to be working even harder and longer. So plan accordingly. But what you can do is you can just generalize. Say, if you got, wife, maybe she would be doing less of the physical labor. Maybe you would do less of the physical labor, and your wife would be doing more of the physical labor. I don't know. Whatever the breakdown is. Usually, one person does a little bit less of the physical labor, and the other, one does a little bit more. It doesn't really matter. And if you have kids, you can just blanket statement plan for like 3,000 calories per person per day. That's pretty good. I like doing 4,000 calories per person per day, because I know my wife, she probably wouldn't even eat half of that. My little girl wouldn't eat half of that. But me and my 13-year-old boy out doing the work would eat at least that, if not more. And it's better to overestimate or underestimate and have extra and maybe not need it. So that's a good thing to plan for. But I would say, you can plan for 3,000, 3,500 calories, whatever, per person per day. With the foods, keep in mind, you got to store the foods that you're going to eat. And also think about, not really the topic of this video, because to me, food storage is emergency fund. This is what I'm going to be eating. This and the stuff that we canned from last year. That's more of our working pantry. It's kind of like a food storage. Actually, our working pantry is probably more well-stocked than a lot of people's preps, than all their preps combined. Because, we probably have a couple months of food in our working pantry. So, and that's the one we rotate out of. But if you're not set up like that and don't have the ability to grow, we're talking about food and what you need for an event. Like I said, I would say bare minimum 3 months. What do I think your goal should be? Well, shoot, a goal as much as you can. But I think a year is a good goal. For some people, it's not realistic because you got storage issues. You got money. You got to be able to afford it, right? Yeah. That's why yesterday's video was about budget prepping, which didn't get hardly any views. I guess people don't want to save money on prepping. I don't know. Or maybe it's the algorithm. Who knows? Or maybe it just was a boring topic to people. To me, saving money prepping is a very good topic. But anyway, so yeah, if you're watching this video, you haven't seen yesterday's video, and you're on a budget, watch that. I got some good ideas in there, so check that out. But yeah, so a year, I think, is, that's pretty good, because in a year, hopefully you'll be able to establish things like gardens. Hopefully you'll be able to, if you have seeds and stuff like that, but that's a separate topic. We're talking food storage, and also not water storage right now, just food. So 3 months, bare minimum. But if you only have a month, hey, it's still better than most people out there. So a year, 3 months, whatever it may be, 6 months, wherever you're at, wherever you have the ability to store. Always just try to find room though, seriously. Try to just add a little bit at a time. Like I say, prep a little every day, right? Because prepping is living insurance, right? And food storage is our emergency fund portion of our living insurance. Then we got this is our use. That's our everyday. That will support us. Hopefully, that's the goal. I don't produce enough in my garden to sustain my family all year round, obviously. Also because of protein, even though these sunchokes are 28% protein. So these are a really good source of protein. With that said, I still need meat and stuff like that. Luckily, I have neighbors and I have friends and networking and stuff like that, MAG, Team, Tribe, all those kind of things. So yeah, we have other methods, as well as food storage and stuff like that. But remember, this is only your emergency fund. But kind of like, how much should your emergency fund be? Should your emergency fund be $1,000? Should it be $5,000? Should it be a month worth of your salary or a month worth of your bills? Or should it be a year worth of your bills? Well, the more the better, right? Try to find ways to add in more preps. There's lots of ways you can find ways to put in more preps under the bed, or do away with your bed frame and put down full totes full of food storage. Put it under your bed. Put one of those I forget what they're called. It's like a sheet that covers your bed to make it all pretty, and that would hide the fact that it's under there. And then all you can do is get a sheet of plywood. You know those $800 sheets of plywood that are now, and lay whatever sizes you need there. Or if you have a good mattress and box spring, whatever it may be, you could just lay them right on top there. You probably won't feel it anyway. We've done that, and we don't necessarily feel it. You don't think you need plywood, but if you want to put plywood down, sure, go for it. The point is, find room. Find room to store more food. And like I said, we're not talking water here. Water definitely do, but that's a different topic. So whatever you have now, try to increase it. Canned foods are good because canned foods you can eat right out of the can. No preparation needed, and the fruits and vegetables come with water. That's a bonus. Canned meats, same thing. Eat them right out of the can. That's quick and easy, because in SHTF you want to make things easier for yourself then by doing the hard things now. That's like gaining the skills, getting physically fit so that you're able to do the things, right? Yeah, okay, same kind of thing. But you also want, beans and rice. The good thing about bulk, like dry goods, beans, 50-pound sack of beans is 50 pounds of seed. Honestly, you can plant it. Good to go. Rice, yeah, probably, but I can't grow rice here. I don't have the capability. Maybe you do. Wheat, same thing. I don't have enough acreage to grow wheat, but maybe you do. Buckwheat, quinoa, all those kind of things. Lentils, peas, split peas, stuff like that. I don't know if the split peas would grow. They may not work as seeds. I don't know about that. Actually, I'll do some research. I'll find out. And yeah, you look it up too. I encourage you to just to know that. But anyway, bulk dry goods are really good for building a large amount of food storage because it's inexpensive. A 50-pound sack of rice, 50-pound sack of beans, you're talking, that's 100 pounds at roughly, we pay roughly like 60 cents, 50, 60 cents a pound. So you're talking $50-ish. 50 bucks for 100 pounds of food, that'll feed you for a long time. Okay, but it'll get boring. So what about spices? You got to add those in also. Salt, sugar, honey, things that last a long time. Salt will last forever, honey will last forever, sugar will probably last forever too, although don't quote me on it. Yeah, so, and make sure you have variety. That's what I talked about, canned goods, bulk goods. And then you can also get those freeze-dried cans. That's really good, but they're more expensive, but they last longer. The August and Farm stuff, the Wise Company, the Mountain House Foods, different things like that, the freeze-dried, prepackaged stuff. What's nice about them is a lot of them are already made meals. So what you can do with that is you can open the can and don't just eat it like that. That's a waste of that. Mix that can, say you have broccoli and cheddar soup or something like that. Well, mix that with 5 pounds of rice or something like that to make it taste better, but you're spreading it out and you're including it into an item that is a lot less expensive. So you're making that one item go further. There's also like powdered butter, powdered honey, powdered peanut butter. There's a lot of different things like that. Peanut butter is also really good because it's high in calories. You want high caloric value foods. Calorie dense foods. Man, blah, 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 blah. Yes, you want calorie dense foods like potatoes that I've grown all around me. You can't see any on film right now. Let me see, right over there. There's a bunch of potatoes over there. So, yeah, potatoes, drew some artichokes, beans, rice, peanut butter. I like those, those blocks of cheese. I can't remember the name of them, what the brand is. That melt and dip type stuff. That's really good because then you can store a bunch of dried elbow macaroni, and then you can melt that into it and make mac and cheese. Yeah. Throw in a little bit of hamburger, stuff like that for some more protein. Or there's also TVP, which is textured vegetable protein. If you're looking at those freeze-dried cans of meat, beef, chicken, whatever, make sure you read on them and you make sure that it's actually chicken or actually beef, or if it's TVP. If you're okay with TVP, then fine, buy it. But if you want the real meat versus the textured vegetable protein, which is soy, then make sure you read it and that you're getting actual chicken or what you actually want to buy. Just make sure you're not falling for the TVP thing, unless that's what you want, like I said. So there's a lot of different things you can do. Dried pastas is a really good way to store food. Hard red wheat, I really like. But then you got to have the knowledge sets also to do this. Do you know how to cook from scratch? Do you know what flavors go well together? What tastes good? Or are you just used to cooking from a box or ordering out? Well, this is one of those prepper skills you need to be working on. You need to learn to cook. That's the basic life skill to me. Like medical type stuff. How to patch up your kid when they fall and scratch themselves. Yeah, basic life skills. You got to know how to cook and how to prepare this stuff. So practice with it. Maybe buy it in a smaller quantity and say, maybe have a 50-pound bag of rice, 50-pound bag of beans. Okay, we'll also buy a 1-pound bag of rice, a 1-pound bag of beans, and practice with it. Get different spices you like. My family loves garlic and onion powder. So garlic and onion powder will go a long ways with us. But we also like this, I forget the brand, but it's a buttery steakhouse blend. We get it at Costco. Walmart carries it also, I've seen. A lot of different grocery stores. What I like about Costco is it comes in a bigger round container. So I make sure we got plenty of that. We also like hot sauce. Make sure you're including things like that in your preps. We really like Cholula, like the chili lime, different things. Sriracha sauce, any hot sauce. I pretty much like any hot sauce. I don't go just for heat though. I like having flavor. I don't have to prove my manhood by having something hot. That's not the way you prove your manhood. Trust me. Anyway, yeah, I love spicy stuff though. Also pesto. Pesto, grow a bunch of basil, dry it, save it, make your own pesto. Olive oil, maybe some pine nuts if you want, some garlic, some olive oil, things like that. Yeah, awesome. I love it. That's my favorite food, by the way, on the planet, I think, other than like steak, maybe. But yeah, pesto is awesome. So stockpile and store what you eat, your favorite foods. And don't forget morale items. Morale items like hard candy, maybe Snickers, stuff that you may have to rotate through, to not have it go all nasty on you in an event. But make sure you're stocking a variety. You want to get all the nutrients, all the macronutrients and all the micronutrients. You want to get a variety of colors of items, fruits, vegetables, stuff like that, because all those colors mean something. They have different minerals in them, different micronutrients. So it's very important for your body to be getting what it needs, especially when you're working really hard doing the things in an SHTF event, whether it may be, you're running with your pack on for 50 miles to get away from the bad guys chasing you, the zombie apocalypse, or whatever it may be. Whatever it is, stockpile food. Seriously. Like TJ at Bear Independence says, stack it to the rafters. Yeah, why not? Because a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't do that, you should do this. Of course. Definitely do this stuff also. Grow your own. Your food storage is your emergency fund. But wouldn't you rather have as large emergency fund as you can, as possible? Sure. So get more food storage. Whatever you have, just get more. That's the rule of thumb. I do know how much food storage I have. I don't think people need to know the exact amount of food storage I have. I have enough. My family's good for quite a while. So anyway, please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please comment below. Please share the videos. Please help do anything with the algorithm you can. Also, I know I talked about it in the past. I want to do more live streams and more collaborations. I know some people approached me and I said smaller channels, bigger channels, I don't care. I think a rising tide lifts all ships. So no matter how big or how small you are as a channel, if you want to live stream with me, shoot me an email. Because I wrote these people down that wanted to live stream with me. Some of them I remember, and I haven't forgotten you guys. I've just been really busy. But email me again because I lost that list. Little one probably colored on it or something like that, and we threw it away or something. I don't know. I do have a couple in my mind that I'm remembering, and just so you know, I haven't forgotten you. I've just been super swamped, super busy right now, but I really want to get on some live streams with different people because I love different points of view. I love learning different things. I don't know everything, so I really want the different points of view, the different ways to prep. So, yeah, please shoot me an email. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.